be appreciated. Then somebody else,
She is a member.
no matter.
A very good member, I must say. She is a real leader. She has taken up the responsibility to start a new club.
Can I carry you?
Just a minute.
Yes.
Toastmaster Najam, please unmute your mic.
Sahad
Those
and
who are
Najam.
those who are
Sahad.
not
It is Sahad, not Najam. Sahad Shoaib, I think, is not.
sorry. Those who are not those who are not speaking are requested to mute their mics. Please start again from beginning.
Okay. Dear fellow Toastmasters and most distinguished guests, a very good afternoon. In our daily life, we meet so many people from so many different fields, and we encounter so many issues. But believe me, majority of these can only be resolved by a communication or a good communication only. Even in our professional life, no matter how good we are, how wealthy our ideas are, and how technical we are, if we are not good in expressing, we will not be heard and we will not be appreciated. And somebody else who is good in expressing, no matter how non-technical he is, how worthless his ideas are, he will be appreciated, he will be promoted, and he will be applauded. And then the people will say that he is lucky, but actually he is not lucky. He worked on an area in which other people are slightly weak, and that area is called communication. And that is the topic of my today's speech, that art of communication that we should learn, that everybody should learn who do not have a grip on that area, and how we can learn that art of communication. Because nobody is born as a good communicator. Everybody have to learn it. Everybody have to gain grip on it. Because as per Vice saying, communication work for those who work at it. And to learn communication, we have to learn for different styles of communication. Like what is my style and what is the communication style of the person with whom I am communicating. And that is the most important thing which we have to learn. And when we pursue for a communication style, communication style have a very long or very detailed history. It was first studied by a Greek philosopher, Hippocrates, which he mentioned in his book on, I think, 4,000 years ago, 400 BC. So, which he mentioned in his book on personality also, that there are 4 different styles of communication. And to present my study on different styles of communication, I want to use 2 different ideas and comprehend these 2 ideas in with 2 different lines. Unfortunately, as we are doing this meeting in this pandemic situation virtually, so I don't have that whiteboard or cardboard in my home with me. But I think we can imagine it at that point, that let's suppose we talk about vertical line. And the pupil, which I consider the pupil on the right side of that vertical line, are usually those people who are fast in action, who are able to get things delivered, and who are mostly task-oriented people. And people on the left side of that vertical line are usually those people who are a little bit patient, but they are good with facts and data. They always talk with facts. They always go with calculations, or they are like the scientists, which in layman language I can say that. Let's talk about the second component and the second idea, which lies about vertical line. Like the pupil around the vertical line or the pupil over the vertical lines are usually those people who are task oriented only, who do not care about the people around them or the police around them, or they are able to get the task tracked down, they are able to get the task done. And the people usually below the line are usually those people who are more generous or who are more cared about the people around them, most the people or the colleagues surrounding them. So if we divide the people with these components, we come up the four scenario. The first scenario or the first portion is that which lies the left side or sorry, the right side of the vertical line or above the horizontal line are all those people who are fast and who are task oriented. These people are called the drivers because they drive. These people, if we compare them with any living being, these people are like the eagles. They are fast tracks, they are fast paced, they are quick decision maker, and they are time bound people. They deliver what they want to deliver. Now, if we move about the second section, second part, these are the people who are little bit patient. These are the people who are left side of that vertical line and above the horizontal line. These are the people who are they are the analytics. They have very good
Did we lose Toastmaster WAQAS?
I think we can wait for a few seconds. It may be, re-emerged. There's a might be
Toastmaster,
some
please pause the
technological edge.
timer.
Yes, please, timer, note down the time, because I think it re-emerged. Sometime it happens. That's what when we do things on Zoom.
I've already paused
no.
it at 6. So
Well, I think he's just went away. He just went away.
Let's please,
Okay.
Toastmaster Rusa, please call.
But he was almost there. How many time?
6 minutes.
Sorry, 6 minutes, no? Yes. He was almost there.
Toastmaster Rusa, please call the next speaker.
Yes.
Toastmaster Rusa, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm just waiting for a minute. Let's see if he comes back.
What we can do, means give him some time after the last speaker.
All right. So the next speaker is Toastmaster Ali Hasnan, and he's giving his speech from Engaging Humor, Level 1, Research and Presenting. And his evaluator is Toastmaster Urusa Musa. Toastmaster Urusa, would you tell us what the subject is?
Good evening, everyone. Toastmasters Ali, his project is Engaging Humor, Level 1, Project 3, Researching and Presenting, and his project title is The Enigma of Music. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. Please welcome Toastmasters Ali. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arusa. I believe I'm loud and clear.
Yes, you are.
Perfect. The origin of music is unknown as it occurred prior to the recorded history. Some suggest that it might have stemmed from the sounds and rhymes, rhythms that occur naturally in nature. Even today, we find in some cultures around the world, the cultural music still revolves around the sounds in the nature intended to mimic those sounds already there. Ever wondered what music can do, the wonders music can create, how it is evolving around the world and making an impact on the lives? Ever wondered? Fellow music lovers, a very good evening and welcome to the session. Our research was published in International Journal of Science, Innovation and Technology, and you believe it or not, they actually made the plants listen to the music. And as per the observation, the plants that were exposed to the good quality music actually grew faster than normal. The plants that were exposed to the rock kind of music actually deteriorated and died within few weeks. But the plants that were exposed to classical music actually started to grow faster and thrive better. The same kind of therapy is now being applied to human beings. There's a research and the practice in place. The music is being practiced to heal the problems, the injuries of the patient. There are two kinds of therapies. One is active, the other one being receptive. So if the patient has lung problems or maybe some physical disability, then what the doctors do is make them come up with music, sing music, in fact, make music. The active kind of therapy for the patient. Secondly, the receptive one. So the patients that have anxiety problems, mental disorders, they are into depression, they are given special kind of music so that they can actually listen to the music and boost their mood, overcoming their problems. Here's one interesting fact about the jazz music. It was observed that when the patients were exposed to the jazz music, they had the theta brain waves released in the brain. And these brain waves are normally released when the person is into critical thinking or problem solving or having some problem to solve. So it was concluded that the impact of jazz music was similar as the one that a person has after a good body massage. It's not just about the listening. The singing of music, the singing of songs also has a deep impact on your brain, whether it be individual or in the form of a group. It is observed that whenever a person sings in any form, it gives a boost to the mood, the spirit, the overall the mental balance. It helps a lot in all three of them. And a university research was conducted to see what are the impacts on the cardiovascular diseases of the music. At the University of Pavia, Italy, a research was conducted, and they observed that there is actually a physiological change when it comes to the effect of music on cardiovascular system. So when the people were exposed to the kind of music, they actually had changes in their heartbeat, blood pressure, heart functioning, the entire cardiovascular system. And they also concluded that if a person listens to the phrase in a music that contains rich words that last for more than 10 seconds, the heartbeat of the person actually completely syncs with the beat of the music. That's interesting. I do not ask the questions when I get to know a person. You know what? It has something to do with psychology as well. So like if I want to know about a person, whether he or she is into what kind of personality he or she has, I do not normally ask questions. What I do is and get to know the kind of music they are into. So suppose if a person is into rock music, it means she is maybe an athlete, a fighter, or a short-tempered person. On the other hand, if she is into some soft songs, some romantic songs, it means she is grounded and has a mellow personality. The music has been an effective medium of communication, and at times it's even stronger than words. Even if it is just instrumental, not even vocals, It still plays the part that we intend to make through the words. But through the music, instrumental or vocal, we can convey our expressions, our feelings, even in a better way. And I remember it was the song that helped me convey my feelings to the love of my life.
You are the smoke to my
Hi, you are the one I want to marry. In the end, all I have to say is the implication is you have to make sure that you get some flavor of the music in your life. It is sure to make an impact, whether it be on the mood, the style, or the overall life. The impact is great. So you just need to make sure that the kind of music you expose yourself to should be a catalyst towards a happier, jocular life. Should not rather be a poison as the one the rock music did to the plants in the research. I would like to conclude this speech in my very own words. You are the kind of music you listen to. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali. That was a really insightful speech, I must say. Okay, so the next speaker on the agenda is Toastmaster Naveenda, but she's having a little bit of trouble connecting. So we'll jump off to Toastmaster Ghulam Kadir. And he's giving a speech from Presentation Mastery Level 1 Research and Presenting. And his evaluator is Toastmaster Umar. Please, Toastmaster Umar, read out his objectives.
Toastmaster Ghulam Kadir will be presenting from the pathway Presentation Mastery. His project is Level 1 Research and Presenting. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. The title of the speech is The New Normal. The length of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Best of luck, Toastmaster Ghulam Kadir.
Timer, I'll just be needing 1 minute to set it up, and so that everybody can hear me and everybody can see me properly. So I'll just be needing a minute, and then you can confirm me if everybody can see me and hear me. Am I audible? Toastmaster of the evening, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. The theme of today's meeting is the new life. So my title of the speech today is the new normal, which is pretty much on the same context which the theme is all about today. How many of you remember the pre-COVID era? Can I please see some hands? This pandemic has changed the world. If I clearly recall, the first case in Pakistan was detected on February 26th. On March 21st, the lockdown scenario started off, and we entered into a COVID period. So let me recap the pre-COVID period and take everyone into the past as to how we used to live, what used to be our lifestyle, and what we used to do. So starting with the educational institutions, our children used to get up early in the morning, wear a uniform, carry some heavy bags full of textbooks, travel in a school van. There used to be a school, a proper building, a classroom. They used to be well seated, and the teacher used to use the blackboard and the whiteboard to teach them. What about us? We used to wear a suit, a tie, carry on a bag, drive in a car, get stuck in a traffic jam, then reach the office, use the elevator, and enter into a well-lit organization with chilled AC going around us. And of course, the tea boy used to serve the tea to us. And we used to have a good, comfortable office over there. Let's talk about restaurants. We still like going out, but unable to dine out. But we used to dine out a lot. The restaurants used to have a good ambience, and we used to pay heavily for it. Many of us must have dated in past in those restaurants, and some youngsters must have dated lately, but now they cannot in those restaurants. The things are changing, things are evolving. Let's talk about how the things have evolved, how things have changed. What is the new normal now, and what will be our future? Starting with the educational institutions. So now what happens? The children wake up, open their laptops, log in into the Google Classroom, and the class starts off from the comfort of their home. Everybody sits in their home and attend the classes. The assignments are done there and there on the computers. So there is no need of heavy bags, no textbooks, no exercise books, no pen, pencil, no school bags required, nothing as such, no school buildings are required. I see this as an immense opportunity, especially for the students who are pursuing the higher education. So the future is that such students will be attending the top-notch universities from their country, their cities, and of course from their home. So what about the offices? The new normal is everybody has started working from home. We use Zoom, we use MS Teams. No need for such tall buildings as head offices. Do we need to do and incur those electricity expenses? Do we need to have the huge cost of overheads? What will happen to our cities? Are the people going to migrate to suburbs and live over there and pay some cheaper rents instead of paying high rents in the cities? Let's talk about the restaurants. The new normal is the Food Panda has suddenly taken over. So many of such Food Pandas we'll be able to see in future. People will be ordering the food from their homes on the phone through mobile phone. So will there be any need of such heavily invested ambience? So what will be the competition for such restaurants? Yes, of course, the food quality and the price will eventually become the competition. Next, what is going to happen to the shopping malls? Shopping malls will evolve into the online shopping. Everybody would be doing their shopping from the comfort of home. Just to conclude the presentation, we should be thankful enough to Allah that we have survived this pandemic. And we should pray for the health and safety for all who are present in this meeting. Things will evolve, things will change, we will learn, and time will make us learn. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir, for a well-researched speech, I must say. Toastmaster Latif, have all the speakers qualified?
Toastmaster Rosa?
Yes.
Since Toastmaster WAQAS is here, so we can give him 1 minute to wrap up his speech.
Right. All right. Toastmaster WAQAS, you have 1 minute to wrap up your speech from wherever you left off.
Hello. I have to wrap up in 1 minute. 1 minute, I think so.
Yes, Toastmaster Latif, could you tell us exactly where did, how much time does he have?
Are we allowed for that? He stopped at 6 minutes, 3 seconds.
So could you tell?
Well,
Yes,
I think
so
it's almost over. I think we can evaluate the speeches overall rather than telling him to repeat. But what is his opinion?
No,
But
the last minute.
this is the last.
Toastmaster Asghar, please let him finish his speech.
Okay.
He has 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay.
Okay, so Toastmaster WAQAS, you have 1 minute 30 seconds.
Okay. So I was in the third portion of that communication style, which moves around or which gather the people who are little bit patient and who are sweet in nature. They are like the amiable. They are the dog. They are little bit unassertive, and they uh, and they are little bit what I say that they are the one who are more factual, less little bit and patient, and they are the one who focus or who care about the people around them. And the last people on which I want to talk about, or the people last communication style, they are the people who is fast, who are fast-paced, who are task the people oriented. They are like the road runners. They are expressive. They are assertive, and they like to take all the people around with them. But sometimes they get too much mingle, and they are sometimes get too much sociable. So if we talk about that four styles, that maybe our assessment will show that we got 6 in first section, that is drivers, 4 in analytics, 3 in dove, or 1 in roadrunner. But that we are dove, or we are direct, or we are like the eagle. We are. It means that we are the mixture of all four. Like it means that we have to first understand our communication style of the people in front of us, and the communication style required according to the environment. Like, and it doesn't mean like we are the mixture of all four, and we are not solely the having one communication style, or
I think he's not there, is he? All right. So, Toastmaster Latif, could you tell us if all the speakers qualified?
Right now, WAQAS was allowed for 1 minute 30 seconds, and he has spoken
right.
for more than that.
All
He's
right.
been like 3 minutes already.
All right. And
So,
the other speakers?
yeah, others are all qualified.
All right, so please, I would ask everyone to cast their vote and send it to Toastmaster Ali Hasnan. You can message him privately. By the way, Toastmaster WAQAS has qualified because he spoke earlier for 6 minutes, I think. Yes. So now let's start the evaluation session. And now I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Shamam Khan, who is our general evaluator for today. So over to you, Toastmaster Shamam.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. My role today is to evaluate the whole club meeting in general and facilitate the formal evaluations. Fellow Toastmasters, evaluation is about asking ourselves of what we are doing today is getting us closer to where we want to be tomorrow. So in that perspective, if you take the evaluation session in this club meeting, you would know that these are the points and evaluations that helps us in improving ourselves in our public speaking. So to facilitate formal evaluations of the prepared speeches, I'm referring to the agenda and we will go serial wise as we had the speakers. So first speech we had from Toastmaster Mohsin Jamal, who is being evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Talha. Is he around? DTM Talha, are you around for evaluation?
DTM Talha evaluated Toastmaster Mohsin earlier. So
Oh,
you can go
all right. Yeah, my bad. Yes. Thank you, Urusa, for actually reminding me. So we will move forward to Toastmaster WAQAS' speech, and his speech is being evaluated by a very seasoned evaluator, Toastmaster Asghar. Are you here, Toastmaster Asghar? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shamam Khan, for your kind words. I'm going to evaluate the speech delivered by WAQAS AHMED. Let me confirm if he is around. But WAQAS, are you there?
Yes, he's there. He's just switched off his video.
He's not there.
I think even if he is not here,
Yes.
okay.
He's here, he's here.
Okay, thank you. So, well, first of all, welcome to KTC Zoom meeting. See you after a long time and good to see you. We lost you just after 6 minutes, 3 seconds, just 57 seconds away from the runway, but welcome, you know, you finally managed to come back and complete your speech. Today, you were supposed to talk about the communication, especially communication style. Your speech was well structured. Undoubtedly, it was well prepared and to the point. To the point because you talked about the communication. I like the way you open your speech talking about the people, issues who are controlling us, and then you built the background. After building the background, you picked up the main topic, which is communication. You encouraged all of us to learn the style because you proved that it is the communication style is a learnable. It is not something that we have brought it with ourselves. And then you talked about the style, the history, traced back to even thousands of years ago, and the kind of the communication, and then explored every individual kind of the communication style by discussing people faring vertical and horizontal like. So overall, it was a very well connected, a logical and coherent speech. In my opinion, the speech would have been more effective had you used some sort of humor in your speech, just sprinkle some humor along the way. Secondly, I suggest you to talk about the subject with the day-to-day example, rather than being academic, although it is good to take some reference from it, but if you overanalyze the subject, I doubt that the audience will be distracted. This is something I would suggest you to review when you sit down for your next speech. And I like your gestures, especially the hand gesture, because in the Zoom days, it is not possible to see all the body and the gestures, but the way you used your hand was quite appropriate while emphasizing your points or separating one points from the another. But the delivery itself was a sort of monotonous. But Wakas, the good news is that your evaluator has the exact same problem, and you know, face frequently the wrath of the evaluator. I think it's time that we together will improve this weakness with the passage of time. Overall, it was a good speech. Congratulations to you, and we are looking forward for your next speech. Over to you, journal evaluator Shamam Khan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asghar, for this in-depth evaluation. Second in line, we had the speech by Toastmaster Ali Hasnan, and he was being evaluated by Toastmaster Urusa Mohsen, who is again a very seasoned Toastmaster here. Toastmaster Urusa Mohsen, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shamam. So I evaluated Toastmasters Ali. Toastmaster Ali, you had a very interesting and a very insightful speech. You talked about the origin of music, what impact music plays in the world of medicine. You talked about therapy, about how patients who have or undergo anxiety, they can deal with it through the help of music. You talked about active therapy and how jazz music can or does play a role by lowering the brain frequency to theta. The very interesting part is that you talked about how you related it with a body massage, and that got me thinking that definitely it could definitely give a run on all the massage spas here in Pakistan or otherwise. So you talked about how the music plays an impact on and helps in determining the personality of a person. That was very interesting. Your eye contact was really nice. You had a very well researched topic. That was also good. I really liked how you use your vocal variety by singing a slight stanza of the song in the end, and you concluded it with a very strong message. By saying that you are the kind of music you play. That was awesome. Now, in order for you to go from this level to that extraordinary level, I would rather suggest you to 2 to 3 things. Number one, please, I would appreciate, and of course the other Toastmasters, that you stand up when you give a speech, because that kind of helps all of the people over here to see how you're using your body language, how you're using the space that is designated for you within that camera. So A, stand up. B, use more of your facial muscles. So many people do talk about their hand gestures a lot and their body postures, but right now I'm not talking about that. I'm saying concentrate on your facial muscles. There's a lot of variety. Maybe it's the eyes, maybe it's the cheek, maybe it's how you say your message. Just kind of use those facial muscles that could give you an edge over what you're speaking. So just challenge yourself on that. And lastly, I could see a lot of pauses while you were speaking. So maybe, that's just a slight thing. You could probably rehearse a little more on your topic and practice it. And that could probably give you that further edge. So congratulations. Excellent speech.
Are you done, Urusa?
Yes, over to you.
Okay. All right. So next in line was Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir. and he was being evaluated by Toastmaster Omar Hayat, who has also showed us great skills in evaluations and public speaking. So over to you, Toastmaster Omar Hayat.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir presented a speech on the new normal, in which he talked about the situation in the COVID pandemic. So let me say, first of all, that I compliment you on choosing a very good topic, because this is the one topic that everyone can relate to uh, 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 these days. The one thing that you did really well today is that you used your stage well. So in a Zoom setting, it's usually really hard to uh, be as impactful as you can be in a real room giving a presentation. But in this one, despite the fact that you were just like standing in front of a cupboard, you were able to be really impactful, and you used your gestures in a way that really complemented your speech. So you did that well. Your vocal variety was really good, and the level of clarity that you presented was really good. I think it's because your pace of speech was slow that we could easily understand every point that you were trying to make. Now, the one thing that I would like to suggest to you is that while I could see in your speech that you had clearly thought about the topic and you had good points on it, when you are presenting a research speech, it is good to have some external source that you can refer to. So if you include some citations, for example, you could say that so-and-so newspaper says that because of the pandemic, social interaction has gone down by this much. That would really make your speech even more forceful. So especially in a research speech, using those citations is what makes you a good speaker. So that is the thing that you can work on. And to challenge yourself, I would say make your speech even more tightly packed with content. But overall, it was a great speech, and congratulations on the project.
Thank you, Toastmaster Omar Hayat.
Thank
Over
you,
to you,
Toastmaster.
Panel Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Omar Hayat. Now we are moving on to the timekeeper report on evaluators. Can you please share your report with us, timekeeper?
Thank you, TM Shaman. Yes, everybody is qualified.
Very
All the
nice.
all the
Okay, can you give the names of the evaluators once again to facilitate the call for vote?
Sure. DTM Tala bin Hamid has spoken for 3 minutes 21 seconds. TM Asghar Ramzan, 3 minutes 18 seconds. TM Urusa Mohsin for 3 minutes. TM Umar Hayat, 3 minutes 10 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lateef. And now over to the vote counter. Are you calling for vote for the best evaluator, please? Are you sending us the link?
Personal messages, yeah, to Ali Hasnain.
Okay. So
I think
we are having
Ali
a
Zargam. Ali Zargam.
Ali
Ali
Zargam. We are
Hasnain.
sending.
Ali Hasnain
Huh?
is
Okay,
the
sorry,
vote
sorry,
counter.
sorry. My bad.
Fine.
Thank you.
So we have another 10 seconds to cast our votes quickly to Ali Hasnan and send him the message privately. Are we done? I hope we are done with the with casting our vote for the best evaluator. In the meantime, I am now inviting table topics evaluator. Again, he is an evaluator who, with his evaluations, we not only improve, but we enjoy our deliveries in speaking. So now is the time for evaluating table topics, and I'm inviting Toastmaster Asghar Ramzan for the table topic evaluations. Mic is open to you, Asghar Ramzan.
Thank you, Shamam Khan. Thank you very much. Table topic speeches given to me by the subject was Another Life. The first speaker was DTM Unib. DTM Unib, I think, is not there, but let me in any way evaluate him. It was sudden for him to adjust himself and know the topic, but you know, being a DTM, I refused to be confused and distrust. He handled it rather excellently. It was a pleasant surprise for all of us that he is among the few who you know, are happy staying at home, or rather staying stuck at home during the pandemic days. But the point he was enjoying because you know, he connected himself with someone, Sir Isaac Newton. That he was at his home when he invented his laws, and I hope that he is doing something will come out, will be more important, or at least as important as Newton's law. The most important thing I like in him, the way he connected the conclusion to the introduction. I mean, talking about the Ohm, what he is doing, and then the traffic jam. Second speaker was TM Hina. TM Hina talked about missing shopping, but he refused. He disagreed with the table topic master. He said that he did not like the idea of shopping, and then he went on to justify our dislikes. He is a very eloquent and confident speaker. And as being a senior Toastmaster, he handled it very well. I would have been more happy if he, you know, had come up with an anecdote or a story why he didn't like the whole, you know, shopping area, because we, with utmost respect, I personally disagree with her. The third one is Heba Rais Khan. Heba Rais talked about missing samosa chaat, and he agreed with the table topic master, and he spoke about the topic very confidently. And he talked how she liked the food, and she talked how he enjoyed the overall food, not the samosa only. And she talked about her mom, but she abruptly ended the whole, you know, the speech, although there were a time, and she could have concluded it more comfortably than she did. The next was Latif, TM Latif. TM Latif, let me tell you, we sometimes make a decision about the new Toastmasters before they come to the stage. And some of the new Toastmasters surprise us with their, you know, amazing ability, and we regret our initial judgment. You are one of them. You talked about the barber. It was very much connected to the, you know, a personal discomfort. You talked about then missing going to the barber, and then you talked about the various styles, and you used some very good vocabularies, such as, you know, style grooming. You spoke confidently, being a new Toastmaster. It is amazing to see you speaking so confidently. Please do attend regular meetings. We are, you know, expecting to see more than what you said today. TM Najam was the next speaker. Again, I would like to welcome him, and he spoke in a given topic very eloquently. He told us as he stay about, he told us how he attended a family emergency, and then We just ooked him how he ended to the Aga Khan hospital, and he talked about the death and the arrangement of the funeral. He basically built a story about experience, and we used stories to attract the audience, and I think that event, that is why attract us, and we were with him till his last sentence. The last speaker was TM Ali Zargam. He introduced the subject well. Being a social person, he said they missed the hugging as friends, especially after the weekend, and he beautifully identified the dilemma of need to be hugged and then the take the caution during the pandemic days. I suggest him to try to speak as long as he has a time to speak. Unlike me, you know, there is a red light, but I kept on speaking without considering the light. However, it's a principle for all Toastmasters to learn being in time. Last one's TM Shamam. TM Shamam talked about the cinema. I always mesmerized by the ability when she speaks about any topic. And this time he talked about his time in Islamabad and the way, you know, she usually attended a cinema over there. And now she recalled those days. Then she talked about herself and the pandemic days. Although the technical issues deprived us of you know, having her on the stage, but then she eventually staged a comeback. What I like, she covered almost all the aspect of cinema, going and talking about his catharsis. You know, sometimes evaluator finds it difficult to observe anything significantly, and then he or she resort to nitpicking. So here I am. What I don't like is your recommendation of about, you know, opening the cinema. I really hope that CNOC at Islamabad may not be able to air you while you are speaking. Um, Overall, it is the end of the session. Over to you. And thank you, TM Latif, being such a, you know, efficient timer and allowing me to speak as long as I wanted. Thank you. Over to you, Journal Evaluator.
So you are from, you are most welcome, sir.
These clips are because, you know, I crossed the all limit of timing, or I did not have the sense of timing, or
you evaluated well, sir.
Okay.
Whatever you think, but your evaluation was extremely good, I must say.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Asghar, for such lively evaluation points and giving us a chance to reflect on our skills and improve in future speaking. That was all from the evaluators. I'm now inviting all the reports from facilitators. So we will start with the word master of the day, and please give us your report.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Today's word was implication, and only one speaker, that is Toastmaster Shamam, used the word. Rest of the speaker didn't use it. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran, for your evaluation and report. Next, we have Toastmaster Hiba Rais for her grammarian's report and super grammarian report.
Okay, as the grammarian, there were like hardly any mistakes that I could come across in the speeches and the table topic sessions. But there were quite a few interesting words spoken by the speakers, which the audience would have to guess. The first one is flustered. Who spoke it? Can anyone tell?
Which word?
Flustered.
No, I think Wi-Fi bandwidth took it. We couldn't get it.
Flustered is the word. First one. Flustered. No. TM Hina. Okay. The second word, style grooming.
Latif. TM Latif.
I think it was TM. Yeah, yes, TM Latif. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking it was TM. Sorry, yes, TM Latif. You're right. Sorry. Then there was this word anthropologist.
Anthropologist.
Mohsin Jamal.
Mohsin Jamal, yes.
Ali Hasnain.
TM Ali.
TM Ali said it.
Yes, this was another word which I couldn't. Yes, I'm sorry. This time I didn't perform the role well. The next word is endorphin.
The first speaker, TM.
Mohsin Jamal.
Yeah, TM Mohsin Jamal.
Yes, the second word is euphoria.
Mohsin
TM
Jamal.
Mohsin Jamal.
Yes, sorry, then empathy.
Mohsin
TM
Jamal.
Mohsin Jamal.
Yes.
Said all
Then
change the sequence, please.
okay. Then pandemic, spoken by quite a few speakers.
I remember TM Ghulam.
This one, Ghulam
TM
Qadir,
Ghulam.
Qadir, yes.
Yes, and others as well.
Talha, TM
Asghar.
DTM
Toastmaster
Talha.
Omar.
Yes, Asghar and
Toastmaster Omar.
TM Najam Rizvi.
TM Omar.
Toastmaster Ali Zargham. Toastmaster Ali Zargham.
Mentioned only three for that my listing. And then there was grumpy. I can see someone smiling.
Hina Liasa.
Hina.
Yes. And then femur, if I'm pronouncing
Femur.
it.
Toastmaster Mohsen. Femur.
Yeah, femur, sorry. Yeah, exactly. And then mimic.
I mean, Toastmaster Ali Hasnain, was it?
Yes. Yes, and then there was this last word, delve. I think it's some sort of music which he pronounced. Delve.
Ali Hasnain.
Ali.
Yeah, Ali Hasnain, exactly. That's about it for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba. That was an engaging report, actually, from the grammarian, super grammarian. Next, we have the reports from our counter. Toastmaster Ali Zarkam, are you here for your report?
Yes, I'm here. TM Asghar did 12 times, TM Rusa 0 time, Imran 4 time, Hina 5 time, Talha 2 times, DTM Unib 1 time, TM Hiba 6 times, TM Najam 0 times, Ali Zargham multiple times, and TM Shamam 4 times, TM Mohsen 2 times, WAQAS 3 times, Ali Hasnan 7 times, Arusa Mubin 2 times, TM Umar 2 times, TM Latif 0 times. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali
What about
Zargam,
me,
for
Toastmaster
such.
Ali Zargam, TM Ghulam Qadir.
Sorry,
Did I
I
use
missed
any-
that.
No issue.
No time.
Okay. So no one was spared by Toastmaster Ali Zargam while he was counting his A's and Ohms. Moving on, we have the report from Timer for anything that he has not yet reported. Toastmaster Latif, I think you have been reporting the timelines after every session, but if you have to add something, please go ahead.
No, I think we are all are on time.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Welcome.
So, so that was it. Now here is my time to evaluate the evaluators and the meeting in general. I will start with the opening of the meeting. That was a great start by past President DTM Talha by acknowledging few Toastmasters who had joined club meeting after a while. And then I liked how President opened the meeting with an exciting tone and pitch, like all of a sudden we were alert. However,
Shamam, we lost you.
I think we lost him.
Let's wait for a few seconds.
Toastmaster Shamam, are you there?
I think she is appearing from another source.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, we can
Please.
hear you, Toastmaster Shamam.
Hello?
Yes, please continue.
Yes, you were giving remarks on president's opening.
Where I had left. So I was saying that meeting started 8 minutes, we delayed by 8 minutes. That is not much, but it could be avoided because by 6:30 and 6:32, we already had 8 to 11 members. And I wonder why can't we start the meeting? 11 members is a good number. So we could have actually officially opened the meeting exactly at 6:30 or maybe around 6:32. Anyways, second thing that I noticed about the meeting is that we had included some important announcements out of the blues. It was an important announcement actually about the XCOM and the upcoming elections. It could have been made a part of the agenda. You know, it would have given it some weight actually, and everyone, maybe people who were not planning to attend the meeting could see the agenda and say, oh, there is something going to be about XCOM. So they could have been attracted to the meeting if they see the agenda. So that was something. Also about the namaz break. When we could put the tea break there in the time when we were live, we could still do it as a tea break or namaz break and announce that tea is on you. Anyways, it was a good start. Then Toastmaster of the day started with a brief and concise personal note to elaborate on the theme. That was really good. She texted Toastmaster Urusa, who's the Toastmaster of the day. She tactfully dealt in supporting the speakers by modifying the agenda sessions. You know, when some speaker said that he won't be available, she promptly switched to table topic speakers first. But I think it's always a good idea to inform the audience that this is the modification that we are doing today. They're not starting with this, we are starting with that. And one more thing I think we should take care of is explaining the meeting segments, which is the role of Toastmaster of the day and which is very important. I may go around, do my chores while on digital thing, but at the same time, I should know what's happening next and at what time we will be having what segment. But overall, Toastmaster Urusa took the meeting very well. Then there were insightful evaluations by all the evaluators today. Table topic evaluator, as usual, was successful in bringing the smiles to our face with his witty remarks judiciously. So it was wonderful, like always. All the evaluators demonstrated the skill of using the time and evaluation tactics quite effectively. I really like the suggestions for improving facial expressions because that's the only thing that we get to see while we are on digital mode. Table topic master DTM Talha showed his traditional expertise as a Toastmaster. One interesting point that I noted that he exercised his power as DTM in keeping an eye on the screen and accommodated 9 Toastmasters in 20 minutes, along with those Wi-Fi hiccups. The tone in table topics was carried well about another life, and it was amazing to see that how he has actually interpreted another life from missing samosas in this life to attending funerals about the other life. So it had a mixed tone of reality, which is quite daring. You know, you don't like to speak sadness or bring sadness in table topics, but this is part of life, and this I like the most about his session. Word of the day he kept reminding, which was wonderful, and that's why I was able to use it. Otherwise, I would have actually forgotten it. One thing that table topic master can improve is not to stretch or extend the topics that the speaker have already talked about. There is no need for that. And another suggestion that I keep repeating is say the name of the person, say the topic or the question, say the topic of the question and repeat the name, so that it gives a structure to the announcement and everyone knows, and not only the speaker but the audience also know, and actually get to the thing, what is the topic and who is going to be called. Okay, each table topic speaker was inspirational speaker around the given topic. So everyone showed well that they have this Toastmasters skill in hand. Overall, we are evolving as digital Toastmasters. So I really like the exceptionally proactive attitude in adjusting when speeches and speakers are gobbled up by the Wi-Fi bandwidth. So we were quick in rearranging and getting people, like I was gone, so you moved on, and things like these. One suggestion about the use of camera and its placement can be more engaging to the audience. Most of us are still learning, and I recommend read the guideline by Toastmasters International, and that explicitly introduce the use of camera while on digital meetings. So I stop here with these evaluation points that I hope are helpful in our next club meetings. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shamal, for those valuable, I must say, evaluation points. And I really like the use of the word digital Toastmasters. That is new for us and really appropriate. So now we will head off to the big four words. And big four for tonight, we can say tonight, are Toastmaster of the evening, myself, table topics master TTM Talab bin Hamid, general evaluator Toastmaster Shamam, and table topics evaluator Toastmaster Asghar. Please cast your vote and send it to Toastmaster Ali Hasnain in person. Now I'd like to hand over the charge to Toastmaster Imran, the president.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Orusa. I must say that today we have an excellent meeting. We have excellent table topics. We have excellent table topic speeches. We have excellent prepared speeches. We have excellent and spot-on speech evaluations, and we have excellent table topic evaluations, and we have excellent and detailed general evaluation. So let us give ourselves a big round of applause. Amazing meeting, literally amazing. So with that, I would like to thank each and every one of you for your time, for your efforts, for joining us today. So if Toastmaster Babar Ali Hasnain has finalized the results, so let's have the result. Toastmaster Bab Ali?
Yeah, the results are ready. And I was the debutant vote counter, and it was interesting to see how people are biased to vote for themselves. It was not just me. To begin with, the table topic.
Now you know. Now you know
yeah, that. It's not just me. The table topics session we had, the amazing session conducted by DTM Talha. And any guesses for the table topics master winner for today?
Whether TM Shamam or Najam this week.
There were so many good speeches. So everyone, I must say everyone are winners today.
Unib.
Yeah.
It is between TM Najam, I think, between
I think
Najam. It's a close contest. We can't, pinpoint.
three for me. DTM Unim, Toastmaster Shamam, and DTM Najam. Yeah, good. Difficult one.
And the list goes on. Okay. The vote goes to Toastmaster DTM Unib.
Oh.
Congratulations, DTM Anip.
And the vote for best speaker.
Best speaker. Have you honestly?
Hossein Jamal.
Yourself?
TM Ali.
Okay, there was a tie between the two speakers, and following the custom of Toastmasters Club, I voted for myself, and I'm the winner.
This is the stroke of the day.
Ali, I think you cannot disclose it was a tie. You could have just announced you were the winner.
Who was the second speaker?
Who did
Who's
you
the
tie up with?
disadvantaged speaker?
I think second is supposed to be kept confidential. Let's ask for the permission from Mr. President, if I am allowed to do that.
No, just
Congratulations, Toastmaster Ali Hasnan.
Please privately convey.
Thank you.
Please privately convey the number 2 speaker kindly. Privately convey to him or her.
Okay,
So next time,
I
if
will.
one is a speaker, one should also be a
They should
voter.
not be. They should not be a vote counter.
But today there is again a conflict of interest.
Yes.
Should
We
not
will
be a
discuss that
voter.
later. Yeah, we will discuss it later. And
Let's try that. Not to do that again. Have a vote counter as other than a speaker.
No worries, no worries. We will have
Vote
a critic's choice for best prepared. So please calm down.
So, you have the idea probably. Okay, the winner of best evaluator. Any idea? Any
Today's
guesses?
speech evaluations were extremely good. It's
Toastmaster Talha.
Master Asghar.
Toastmaster Omar Hayat.
It was with a big lead, and the award goes to Toastmaster Arusa Mohsen.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. And another clear victory, the winners of Big Four.
Shamam.
Asghar.
I think everyone can guess it easily.
Let me interrupt.
This one was very
Nobody
difficult.
asked me. Nobody asked for the timer. Both were disqualified. Both were disqualified.
Let's disqualify both and please exclude them. Okay. Please announce
Okay,
the result.
Let's end the suspense. The silent candidate we have, silent now but not previously, Toastmaster Shamam.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ali Hasnan, for your results. Okay, the movie is not yet ended. There are two categories. First category is Critics' Choice for Best Meeting Facilitator, and that goes to our timer, debutant timer, Toastmaster Latif. And Critics' Choice for Best Prepared Speech. Let me give you a brief intro about this role, how this role is done or performed. Actually, we select a senior and a seasoned Toastmaster and ask him to judge every speeches on behalf of judges' ballot. And the only disqualification is time disqualification. He should not consider the speech length if it's 5 to 7 or if it's 4 to 6 or if it's 10 to 15 minutes. What he or she has to consider the speech according to judges' ballot. So according to that secret judge, today's Critics Award for Best Prepared Speech goes to Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
So with that, one important announcement that since the nomination committee has done their job, and I would like to thanks the nomination committee for their roles, and they have nominated the next XCOM. So after 2 weeks, we're going to have election. If anyone wants to compete from floor, he or she can stand from floor. The main condition is required is that he or she should be a paid member. So I request everyone to please inform other members as well. We will try to send messages to each and every member, and I request all of you to be there and take part. If we have election, take part first ever election of Karachi Toastmasters Club. With that, thank you once again for your time and for your efforts. Extremely wonderful meeting today. So we'll meet same time, same day. Until then, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much. So everyone has to leave the meeting because the host has left. Toastmaster Talha was the host.
I am the host.
Oh, okay. So you can end up the meeting.
Okay,
End
thank
the
you.
meeting, but it's recording right now. So what do I do?
Stop recording and end the meeting.
Stop this recording, please.
Okay.
Toastmaster Asghar, thank you very much. It was amazing evaluation. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Asghar.
Thank you all of you. Thank you. We'll meet next Wednesday.